is Samiah Oyekan-Ahmed. I'm the founder of The Gift Source. Started operations in 2013, very skeletally, working from home, completely inexperienced, and we've been here now 7 years. Let me just give you a little backstory. So I'm a medical doctor turned entrepreneur. So for me, I had a very fierce determination to succeed. So when I started, I started very green. I didn't have any knowledge. I didn't know what I was doing, but all I knew was that I wanted to fulfill a particular need that I had, kind of seen in the gifting industry in Nigeria. What I didn't expect was the phenomenal growth that we experienced. And, I always tell everybody, single most important factor for my business growth was Instagram. So when I started the business, what I did was I just opened an Instagram page. I had my images ready, I had some things ready, I had no stock, I had no clients, I had nothing. I would post a photo and get one like or 2 likes, but I was consistent and I used the Instagram platform every day consistently, and I've done so for the past 7 years, growing my followership from 0 to over 52,000. And growing every day. So Instagram for me, I would say, is responsible for about 80 to 90% of my growth, because even the rest of the people that didn't come from Instagram came from people that came from Instagram. For me, I'm very vested in seeking knowledge, and the one thing that I always advocate is seeking knowledge about the path that you're treading. So yeah, definitely along the the line, I started to take courses. I started to listen to business consultants, even as regards the use of social media. But I also took courses within Nigeria, outside Nigeria. I shadowed some businesses outside the country that I absolutely loved how they were running, their businesses. And when you think about the fact that I started from a little corner in my guest room at home, and I've grown into this business that has 2 stores and a fully e-commerce enabled website, you have to realize that those kind of things don't happen per chance. You have to be deliberate, you have to be intentional, seeking knowledge, and being truly committed to your craft. And I think that nowadays Instagram makes business so easy as well, because there are so many amazing Instagram. When we started business many years ago, those things were not available. So I always tell people that are starting business now that they're so advantaged. You don't even have to go to business school. If you open Instagram, you have so many amazing business tutors that can give you quick tips that would help you propel your business to the next level. So for me, I think the biggest challenge will not even be as regards running my business, it's external factors. So because we're very largely dependent on importation, for instance, sometimes customs issues, sometimes exchange rate issues. But honestly, largely, I would say that I've had a very enjoyable ride so far. So if you look on the wall over there, it says exchange gifts. It will increase your love for one another. So in my faith, which is Islam, exchanging gifts is something that is so blessed, so recommended. So to be able to make a beautiful, living, to earn my keep from doing something that brings happiness. Our byline, our tagline is fostering relationships one gift at a time. So to be able to know that I'm making money from making people smile, everybody is happy to get a gift. There's nobody that gets a gift that is unhappy. So whether you're sending it to your sister, your mom, whatever, being a little part of that. And like I said, because our service is so personalized, when people receive our gift boxes, they know that this was not a generic box. This was picked specifically with me in mind. Making a living from that is something that makes me smile at the end of the day. When we get the feedback from our clients, either the people that ordered or the people that received, it's just fantastic. Before I started The Gift Source, I have another company called Fusion Lifestyle that Facebook was phenomenal for. So it's a company that organizes premium trade shows for startups, for small businesses, to showcase their goods and services to a large audience. And when we started, what we used to do then was we would just take photos from the image and post on Facebook. And the growth that we experienced just from those photos were just incredible. So we used Facebook for a long time, but that there was a time that there was a mass exodus of Nigerians from Facebook to Instagram. We kind of moved with them. So we kind of left Facebook behind, but now we're trying to rekindle our love with Facebook. But we use Instagram very actively. We use the IGTV, we use the Reels. Okay, we haven't started using Reels. We use the stories, we use everything. And WhatsApp has been amazing for our business, because what we realize is that not everyone is on Instagram. So the older generation, the more, less social media savvy clients are on WhatsApp. So we're able to interface with them via WhatsApp. And it helps us as well with collating valuable information for the business, for our database. So we use Instagram and we use WhatsApp very, very, very significantly. And they've been amazing tools for our business. First thing that I will say is truly about building community. Because when people key into you, it's easier for them to respond to what you're, preferring to them. But if they don't feel, your business vibe or your vibe as a business owner, then they can be a bit blasé about what you have to offer. So what we did was we kind of, drew people into us. Just little things like, IG lives and stories, and just being very honest about our business growth and journey. We made sure that we documented as much as possible. So I always say to people, when people, don't believe your story, when people assume that, somebody, maybe you had a sponsor somewhere that just pumped money into your business, I always say to people, go right down to the bottom of my Instagram page. You will see how organic my growth has been. When I had just 10 followers, when I was just getting 2 likes, you see the evolution of the business. So I will say that documenting everything was phenomenal for us because it made us very relatable, extremely relatable to the clients. And once a client feels like a certain connection with you, then they tend to stay with you longer. And then all the tools that Instagram has, for instance, has made life so much easier for us. Because for instance, when we switched from the personal page to the business page, we were able to use our insights. And we're in a business of products and services. So for products, for instance, knowing that our particular, client base was focused on a certain age group, a certain gender, helps us when we're buying products, because we know that the bulk of the products should go to servicing these people that make up 70% or 80% of our followers. So it helps us as well with making certain business decisions. And then we can do polls, we can do stories, we can ask questions, and people, help us in making decisions that even move the business further along. So when we started the gift source many years ago, we integrated that as well. We did favors for events, we did party packs, but that kind of slowly fizzled away when the demand for the gift boxes for adults took over. So it was a very natural progression for us when we wanted to expand last year to think about the children's gifting space. So Instagram was largely, again, was a large factor in that again, because it was from Instagram that we were getting these demands. Oh, do you have gifts for 8-year-olds? Or we'll get DMs, oh, I need to do a box for my 7-year-old. And we'll be like, oh, we don't really have stuff for 7-year-olds. So we were able to collect the data from those demands to realize that we had enough requests to be able to open a second store. So in July of 2019, we opened our second store, Pop Kids Gift. It's also on Instagram, growing steady by the day, DMs pouring in, WhatsApp messages pouring in, and yeah, honestly, it's been an amazing ride as well. If I had to pick one thing to say, I would say engage. The era of just posting products or listing your services are dead and gone. You have to engage. You have to be a storyteller. You have to infuse some humor. You have to make people key into your brand. I always say that marketing is like a dartboard. There's a bullseye and there are many arrows trying to hit that bullseye. You have to do things to make yourself stand out, to set yourself apart. And the only way you can do that is to engage your community. So be very vested in community building, engage your clients. Don't be one of those people that will just post today and forget all about it. Be consistent, be deliberate about your content. It's not enough to just post. You have to stop and think, what am I trying to achieve with this content? How can this help me towards my journey to building this brand? So the one biggest advice I would give you as regards using social media is community building. And that's why platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are amazing. You don't even have to say much sometimes. Just a beautiful photo and a great caption will get you all that you need to achieve.